Assalamu alaikum everyone. How are you? I hope you're all fine. Alhamdulillah, I am fine and I'm hoping you are fine. So, today I'm going to be speaking about this is something so important. I'm going to be speaking about making sure we don't miss our salah as women. Did you know sometimes you don't exactly miss your salah purposely? It's like unintentionally, like as in for us as women. So we need to understand sometimes, there comes a time in a month wherein we go in our cycle and all that. We as Muslim women need to learn and understand exactly what the Qur'an and Hadith and the rulings, the Qur'an and Hadith, the rulings of the Qur'an and Hadith tell us about our cycle. Some people call it periods, menstruation. So this is something so important, people. Yesterday I was speaking to some women and they had no idea. They were not purposely missing salah. They were unintentionally missing their prayers because they didn't understand how the laws go with the cycle. So women, some women were praying while they're in their cycle. So I want you to understand this is so important. I know we do stuff by mistake. We don't know, we don't intend to do it. So my dear sisters, I want to tell you first off, the minute you notice your cycle has started, when your cycle starts, you cannot read Qur'an, you cannot read Salah, you cannot do those two things. You cannot touch the Qur'an because you are in a state of impurity. Because you're in a state of impurity. I know many women unintentionally miss their prayers, and some women, they mistakenly pray while they're in that state. The reason being is that in Islam, when you are in that state, you're considered to be in an impure state. So you cannot touch the Quran in a state of impurity, because they say in order for you to read Quran, you have to make wudu. In order for you to read Quran, you have to have ghusl on your body. In order for you to pray, you have to have ghusl. You have to make wudu. So these things require you to perform them in the state of impurities. With that being said, people, Allah Ta'ala has mercy, has bestowed a mercy upon us as women. He gives us a time wherein He releases us from that duty, from the duty of performing salah. So in other words, it's kind of a blessing. So don't take it as a punishment or something like that. It is not a punishment. So like I said, when you are in a state of impurity, in a state of your cycle, you cannot read Quran, you cannot touch the Quran, you cannot observe salah, you cannot observe your fast until you are clean. So now I wanted to explain this, how the cycle goes. So for instance, the Islamic law on women and their cycle. I know people don't usually ask these questions. They search for these questions, but they don't usually understand the rulings. Many women told me, I'm gonna go online, but I just don't understand what Google is telling me, what somebody posted when I'm reading it. So I thought, I know it is a very sensitive topic, but when you communicate it one-on-one, it is better off understood. People will understand and they will be so grateful. So I thought to myself, okay, you know what, maybe this issue has to be addressed. So now I'm going to explain to you exactly how the rulings go according to how I studied it. So example, if your cycle takes probably, let's take for example 5 days. You are in a state of impurity for 5 days. So listen to this carefully. So if, for instance, all of a sudden my usual habit is 5 days, and then when it is 5 days, all of a sudden this cycle that came in now, the one that I'm having for instance, is less than 3 days, It was literally less than 3 days and 3 nights. Remember, we also count the nights. So less than 3 days and 3 nights. You should know that that wasn't your cycle. In Islam, we call it Haidh. You know, the Arabic term is Haidh. So that you should know that is not your Haidh. That is not your proper cycle. So what you should do, you should take ghusl, meaning you should take a bath, and you can observe. If you can take your bath, or you make your wudu, and you start observing your salah from then. You can read salah, you can read Qur'an, because it is not Haidh. Haidh is when you get a cycle which is 3 days, 3 nights. The minimum is 3 days, 3 nights, and the maximum is 10 days, 10 nights. So whatever comes less than 3 days and 3 nights is known as istihada. Istihada, which means it's like an illness. It's not your Haidh, it's not your cycle. And then you find when it's more than 10 days and 10 nights, it's what it's termed as istihada also. It is not your Haidh. So once you pass that point of 10 days and 10 nights, you will have to bath, make wudu, ablution, and carry on reading your salah, and you can read your Qur'an, because right now it is not Haidh. But now when you get, for instance, 3 days, 3 nights, in those 3 days and 3 nights, you are not allowed to perform salah or to fast, because you're in a state of impurity, and that is regarded as your Haidh. And then when you reach the mark of 10 days and 10 nights, and then it stops there, you will know that it was your Haidh, and you were not allowed to read Qur'an and Hadith. So, not Qur'an and your salah. You can read your Hadith. So, some people will tell you that, no, but I heard you can read surahs of protection. Yes, you can read your quls. You can read your Surah Ikhlas, Qul Huwallahu Ahad, your Surah كافرون قل يا أيها الكافرون, your Surah Falaq, قل أعوذ برب الفلق, your Surah Nas, قل أعوذ برب الناس, your Ayatul Kursi, الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم. So you can read those in order to seek protection, not in a way of tilawa, because you are not allowed to read in that state. So my dear sisters, I hope you understand this, because this issue, many people, seriously, I don't want to lie, this is a very sensitive issue. Some people are so shy to speak about it. Some people are shy to ask about it, and some people have literally given up hope. I'm telling you, please don't give up hope. And if you watch this video, please, if you understood it, if you didn't understand, please leave a comment below. I will definitely explain it to you properly, probably in the next video if majority did not understand it, or I can write it down if you would want that. But please, my sisters, do not lose hope. You can pass on this message. It is an easy method, because it is a serious offense to literally miss your salah. Because salah is so important, guys. It is very important. So when you miss your salah, you're actually committing a sin. And then it so happens that some people do not know. You know, not everybody knows the laws and regulations of Islam with regards to the cycle. Everybody thinks it's just a cycle. You know, what's an issue with it? And then you need to know, in Islam, the only thing is you are relieved from your prayers, and you are not forbidden from cooking. You can cook, because I heard like other religions, you are not allowed to cook. So you can cook. You are not allowed to have an intimate relationship with your husband. So you need to, if you want me to go in depth with this topic in the next video, I will gladly like to make a next video, because this issue has to be addressed, my dear sisters. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and then if you want more, please leave a comment and please leave a thumbs up, because I am so happy that I get to explain this. Because yesterday it just got to my mind, and I was thinking that many people don't know the rules and regulations of Islam. Some people are new Muslims, some people do not go and study, some people, it's like everything, there's so much in this world that's happening. So if you definitely like this video, and if you want to listen to more of the explanation on the cycle and whatnot, please leave a comment below, and please leave a thumbs up. Assalamu alaikum.